Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Great to have you with us on this Friday. Thanks for being here. 888-933-93. Pat Unleashed on Twitter and Instagram. Of course, Threads, which is, but I don't have to tell you that because everybody's so into Threads. They know where everything is there on that platform.
What's your favorite thing about Threads?
Oh,
Pat?
man, just the sheer brilliance of it and the ease with which you can connect with people. Am I right?
Are you working for them? Because I
that?
saw a list of the top social media sites, and Threads was not on it.
Oh, wow. That's all political. That's done by Fox News or somebody.
Okay.
Just hates them because they're hate-ophobes.
And that's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. Thank you.
And you appreciate it because Threads now is available on your desktop. So you can no longer need the app.
You hearing this?
Yeah.
He actually knew that.
Yeah,
Get
that's
out of
great. That's great. All right, let me take a minute and remind you about Blade's merch. If you like this show, you're going to love the merchandise we have for the show because it's awesome. Go to shopblazemedia.com today, or you could go to, isn't it?
Pat Gray Shop.
PatGrayShop.com, and you can check out everything from our Brr, I'm cold, it's cold, Brr, I'm cold, it's cold. Those T-shirts. Pat Gray hats, the beanies, throwback Leaded Pat T-shirt, and a lot more. And, of course, there's all the other Blaze Media merchandise there, too. Everything from the Blaze Heritage and Blaze Media collections, jackets, T-shirts, hoodies, socks, mugs. I mean, there's so much. You're going to love it. Go to shopblazemedia.com today or patgrayshop.com. As well as everything else available from the Blaze Media. Be sure to use my code PAT10 to get 10% off your entire order. ShopBlazeMedia.com, promo code PAT10 for 10% off.
Beware, Pat Gray is unleashed.
Jeez, Houston hit again with nasty weather last night. What is it? What is going on in Houston?
Yeah, that was weird. That was out of the blue.
It's God's judgment, you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Houston,
Hurricane force winds.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is just kind of a tour around the city. I mean, that's just all sorts of stuff. That was an electrical line tower thing.
Yeah, all the power towers.
Over 1 million people
without power.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And downtown took the beating.
Yeah, we're going to play a clip from downtown exclusively from there in a second. But this is just a tour, yeah.
Dang. Jeez.
It's... Yeah. And this was just a storm.
regular storm,
a regular,
right? But a severe one.
Springtime storm.
I mean, it stormed here yesterday, too, but obviously nothing like that.
Not like that, yeah. It was dark as night yesterday morning
Knocked
here.
out the windows.
Knocked out all these windows on the high-rises downtown.
Wow.
Now, so speaking of downtown, go ahead and play the second clip here, which just shows you the intensity of the winds.
Well, yeah, they're hurricane force. I mean, you shouldn't be out in it.
That.
I think people in Houston are dumb.
Dang.
117-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah,
What's
like
hurricane
I said,
force? 74?
Hurricane force.
What is hurricane 74?
Yeah, I think 74, 75, it starts there, yeah. That's, I mean,
it's rough.
You know what? If you live in Houston, move. I mean, I love the city. I love it.
Keith, is that you?
No, I just said I love the city. It's just too dangerous weather-wise. You got hurricanes, tornadoes, floods with these tropical storms. Everything you can possibly get hit with, Houston is pummeled with all the time. They just had Harvey. Was that 2017?
17, yeah.
And now they've got this. They've been flooding
just 5 years
repeatedly.
ago.
I mean, you spit in that town.
Or 8 or 7.
And it floods.
Well, then you run back in and you try to beat the flash flood warning coming on the TV after you spit. That's the game. That's been the game for years. But so you want everyone in Houston to move.
Yeah, all 8 million people. You need to get up,
So hold on.
pack your stuff,
Hold on.
and get out.
Hold on. How does this
Just
work?
abandon Houston.
Do they put the high rises on flatbeds and move them north?
You know, you just leave them.
I just leave them.
Oh,
just leave them.
You just rebuild.
Leave them.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I recommend Montana. It's a huge state. You can fit
of
there.
room.
Everybody goes to Montana. There's only about 1.1 million there. You'll just raise it to 9 million. They can easily accommodate 9 million in the fourth largest state in the country. So,
and just like that, Montana turns blue.
oh man, no, there's a lot. I mean, in suburbs, Houston is.
Well, hold on, no,
Republican.
no. We can't do the suburbs thing.
Well, I'm saying
Let's talk
I'm
about
using the 8 million figure, which
That's
includes the suburbs.
That's
So you want them all to move?
I want them all to move.
The
Everybody in
entire
the area.
Houston Metroplex.
It's just too dangerous now. Yep.
Your words, not mine too.
Even when there's not a storm, the weather is so ugly there because it's built on a swamp, and it's just nasty, humid, and hot. And it's time to go.
Just move.
Yeah.
Just shut it down.
It's just
Move.
a gross place, man.
Just shut it down.
I love it, but again, the weather.
But you can build hospitals and
weather.
restaurants. Two things that Houston has going for it.
Boy, that's
you
for
can
sure.
build those anywhere.
Yes,
okay?
you can. Yes, you could. You could do that in Montana.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and you'll have seasons
Yes.
when you go.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to build maybe you are. Build 40-lane highways in Montana. Take a
you
little
could.
time, but you could. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take some time, but it'll be worth it in the long run. Then you'd just be subject to snow and earthquakes.
Oh, and
but-
Houstonians are good with
Yeah, they're good
handling
with
the
Come on
so
now.
much experience.
Come on now. This is amazing to me.
Yeah.
You are saying move out of Houston.
Yes.
Mr. I mean, you
I
work
love
for the
Houston.
Houston Chamber of Commerce.
Wait, what? That is
What?
so cool.
I don't.
and he's a
really.
spokesperson for the Houston
you
Chamber of
convinced,
Commerce.
you convinced Chris that I actually
You
am
are-
an
you
employee.
are-
How much sleep did you get last night, Craig?
An hour.
You know how this
You heard this show
You
before?
know how it works, right?
You've met us, right? Okay.
Okay.
Well, you blew my mind yesterday about the whole car thing. So I'm like, man, Pat is really wicked smart. So I was like,
What car
What
thing?
car thing?
I don't know.
the where the driver's seat is,
Oh,
that's where you drive.
Okay, that blew your mind?
Yeah.
Woo. That's crazy
Doesn't take
town,
much.
man.
It
That's
didn't take much to blow your mind.
I'm a simple man.
All right. Yeah, that's good, though.
Chris is having a rough
Good.
week.
Well, he's not from here.
Doesn't
know,
everybody
that's
have
the
a
problem.
seat in their car to drive in?
Did you hear the show?
Did you hear the show?
Obviously not.
Okay.
Do you
Why
know-
don't you shut
Go
up?
back.
You
So go
can't,
back
you're not
and listen.
eligible to participate in this discussion.
I don't recall hearing this. I listened to listen to most of the show.
Well,
Obviously you
didn't. Obviously, you did not hear that portion of the show. So
No, I
why
did
don't
not.
you just butt out? Okay. All right. You've overstepped your bounds. We understand you weren't listening yesterday. You might just be quiet and sit this one out. It's a good safety tip for you.
I just want to be informed that what
you
a
feel-
genius you are.
You feel excluded.
Well, I mean, if you don't know by now, I can't help you because it's been obvious forever. So,
Has it?
yeah.
Has it? Okay.
Did you see the cross-examination of Michael Cohen yesterday? Did not go well for him. Did not go well for the prosecution. It was a disaster, even according to CNN. I mean, CNN's anchors
the
were
guy
like,
is a disaster.
this guy might not be telling the truth. You
Wait a minute.
think?
How did you figure that out? Is it his track record of
Right, of
never
being-
telling the truth?
Of being a lying sack forever. I mean, they hated his guts when he worked for Trump. And now, all of a sudden, he's telling the truth now.
Of course.
It's so great, the turnaround of this man.
He's
really.
lied to everyone else.
Yeah,
I mean, literally everyone else.
yeah. So, I don't know how Trump gets convicted at this point,
Yeah, I know.
but I'm sure they'll show us
Yes,
how that
they
happens.
will.
They're going to show us. And it's going to be a problem because he's clearly not guilty. And, they have a problem with all the people showing up to support him, too. I mean,
Which is amazing.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, I bet those crowds behind him will thin out once he names his vice presidential pick. But,
You think?
Yeah. But by the way, he said that. Did I see the headline correctly? Something about he's not going to announce his VP pick until the convention in July. Is that right?
I don't know that, but he doesn't. I mean, I still hang on. He's not picking one.
At all. He's like, I can handle this.
I don't need one. I got it.
Fortunately, he must. So he will pick one. But
Nope.
it may not be one we like. I don't know. if he's really leaning toward Doug Burgum, that's going to be a massive disappointment. Why would you do that? No, thank you. But Matt Gaetz was in. He was there for Trump yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. And so were some other Republicans. But here's a look at some of them that were there.
Okay.
This is a made-up crime. No other American in the country would be charged with this type of crime. It's like the Mr. Potato Head doll of crimes, where they had to stick together a bunch of things that did not belong together.
That's interesting reference.
Yeah, Mr. Potato Head of crimes.
Okay.
I like that, actually.
So I think what he's saying there is Mrs. Potato Head wasn't actually created specifically, right? They just took a potato and made it a woman with some other parts that didn't necessarily fit together.
And there's the elected officials, Republicans that were there.
So you had Boebert was there and others. Okay. And they're all getting flack for being there. They're all angling to be his vice president. That's the only reason any of them are turning up.
So?
How dare they go there? Even if that's true. So, yeah. And what's your point? They shouldn't be there? MSNBC's coverage of the hush money trial has been stellar, of course, especially Lawrence O'Donnell's.
He's just insane, this guy.
He's so great. Last week...
Boy, Lawrence hasn't been around for a while.
Is
I'm
Lawrence
still doing a show?
Yeah.
On MSNBC?
Oh, yeah. He's still doing his show, yeah.
Not on MSNBC.
Lawrence O'Donnell? Is that a weeknight show still?
I don't know. I think you've been watching that when Pat is on, and that's why you're not able to watch both.
Oh, so it's in the morning.
Yeah.
Lawrence O'Donnell in the morning.
Don't know when it's on.
So last week, he had a soft moment for Stormy Daniels.
This is so bizarre, man. Watch this.
Well, the excitement and anticipation in the room hit a new high at 10:32 a.m.
when Stormy Daniels arrived.
She entered wearing all black, as if on her way to a funeral. The loose-fitting, plain black clothing draping from her shoulders to her toes suggested the modesty of a nun. The makeup was minimal.
Wait, what?
The way she and the other moms in her neighborhood might look when shopping at the local grocery store. The long blonde hair held up with a clip at the back of her head. The way it might be in a utilitarian way while she was doing dishes or checking one of the horseshoes on her horse. She later spoke of so proudly. When she walked by him, her face had the same expressionless, somber look that all the jurors always have when they walk by him.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
That is weird
Creepy,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, very
He
creepy.
is simping for Stormy Daniels.
Oof. Then, of course, he showed his severe case of Trump derangement syndrome this week.
Donald Trump has insisted, after first being caught sleeping, that he is not sleeping. He is just resting his eyes. But no eyes need to be rested the entire day, even 77-year-old Trump eyes. And Donald Trump, who is so aware of everything his face is doing when, for example, taking a mugshot or being on public display in any way, leaves his face with his eyes closed, in tortured, elderly shapes when he drifts off into his closed eye space. His mouth shifts from its preferred scowl to the look of a collapsing old building. The mouth loses all shape. The lips become unrecognizable by the wrinkled curves that they take under those closed eyes that stay closed today longer than they have ever stayed closed in that courtroom. More than 10 minutes at a time. The old man sitting there in the defendant's chair, head tilted back to the right, eyes closed, made it look like a trial at a nursing home. If he were found like that in his chair at a table in the nursing home during lunch, he would be immediately checked for signs of life.
Wow. That's just so bizarre.
Weird, right?
So bad and so bizarre.
So is he writing those? Because me and Keith were having a conversation.
I don't know. I don't know.
Bad.
Really, really bad.
Embarrassing.
But, I mean, that's who this guy is. Let's remind you of some of his proud moments over the years.
14 years. I was just looking at, 14 years on MSNBC. Holy cow.
Yeah, since 2010.
He has
Yeah.
Polaroids of management, apparently.
Here he was mad at what he was hearing in his ear.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? Why am I losing this? Why don't I have sound? All right, it's back. Someone's pressing buttons and turning my sound off. Who's asking for a Labor Day rundown in my ear?
Look how pissed he is. Oh, man, he's livid.
Someone in that control room is out of control.
Who released these videos, man?
I don't know, but I love it.
That's awesome.
Damn it.
10 seconds.
10
Larry.
seconds. 10 seconds.
Get
4. I think he caught this.
3, 2, 1. You're on, Lawrence. Come on, Lair. Here it is.
Look at the
So
professional.
the president went to Texas today, and as Politico reports, he did not meet a single storm victim, see an inch
great.
of rain, or get near a flooded street. Born in
Well, that could have been today in Houston.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I love that 5 seconds to air. He's like,
He's so
They're
pissed.
still talking in his ear.
Remember the stop
That's
the hammering
awesome.
thing,
Yes.
too?
oh, yeah.
Watch this.
The hammer.
Stop the hammering. Stop the hammering out there. Who's got a hammer? Where is it? Where's the hammer? Is it on the... Go up on the other floor. Somebody go up there and stop the hammering.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, right, sure.
Yeah, that somebody's hammering during a
He's not wrong.
live nationwide
Yeah.
show. Yeah, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong to be
So-
annoyed at that.
Whoever released those videos from behind the sesscenes, we thank you.
Yeah.
We thank you.
Good stuff.
And by the way, I got a note here. I'm still waiting to hear back from him to see if we can release his name here because he was kind of ambiguous in that respect. But I have right here from a Pathead an explanation as to why he thinks he is responsible for the Casey Kasem tape that we played last week on the Friday show.
Why this person
Why
who
this
emailed
person
you is
thinks-
responsible for that?
Correct. He thinks he's the reason why the Casey Kasem tape got out.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I can give this to you if you want to read it during the...
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. That's
Very-
interesting. Is there a number people can call, Ivan?
So,
I mean, Ivan had to have released that one.
Somebody
With
very
Alec.
much like
Yeah.
Ivan, who didn't like the guy that he was producing for. Yes. Because, I mean, that hurt Casey. That hurt his,
Yeah,
his...
the persona.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole persona.
well,
of
I mean, it was
Casey Kasem.
inadvertent. Like, this guy wasn't trying to hurt Casey.
Yeah.
He wasn't?
Yeah. No, he was...
Okay.
It's an interesting story. I think you'll find it humorous.
My wife informed me that she heard you talking about the Casey Kasem clip on the show last week. I'm pretty sure that I'm the guy who released that to the world. Early in my career, I was the writer for the Rick D's
here we
Weekly
go.
Top 40.
Then we're going to piece it together, aren't we?
The show we recorded
yeah.
every Thursday after Rick finished his live morning show.
Okay.
Our engineer was a guy who once engineered Casey's Weekly Top 40 Countdown.
Piece it together.
During some downtime, he played the Casey meltdown, and I asked him for a copy.
Uh-oh.
He made one after making me promise to never release it. I was pretty good at keeping my word, but around 1989, I was the executive producer of Night Court. This guy's done some stuff.
Yeah, we're
Piece it together.
You can figure out who this is if you want to.
Yeah.
I hope you're cool with this, Lair.
Yeah.
He emailed
Hope
it to
so.
you, right?
DM'd, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got into a conversation with Harry Anderson about Tommy Lasorda's Dave Kingman meltdown.
I'm not familiar with that.
Harry was like, nothing will ever top that. So a day or two later, I
Wanna
bring
bet?
my cassette copy of the Casey death dedication meltdown, and Harry absolutely loves
Heck
it.
yeah.
He begs me for a copy, and I finally relent, but make him promise to never share a copy. Of course,
He
that
does.
worked. Like 2 weeks later, it's all over town. I worked on 4 national top 10 TV shows and some other hits. But I don't think anything had the same reaction as that clip. That's a cool story.
That is a great story.
That's awesome. So we can thank Harry Anderson from Night Court
Yes.
for releasing to the world the Casey Kasem tape, according to
Which
that
is
story.
classic audio now. Just absolutely classic audio. I mean, it's unfortunate for Casey, but he's no longer around, so what does he care?
I know.
You know?
I mean, I still
Harry Anderson
remember.
for that matter.
Right.
Remember, it would have been, in the 90s, the first time that we heard it. You know, I mean, it was just like, you got to hear this.
I know.
And
You
that
won't
was
believe.
before the internet could easily
Right.
disseminate this stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
That guy talks about having a cassette tape.
That had to be mailed out to people on old analog technology.
That meant that production people for radio stations, because that's where I heard it from, were sharing it, over ISDN connections.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
You should explain that. I mean, that is, you hear some. Okay, so back in the olden times, we'd have the big satellite dishes, right? You would see some stuff during commercial breaks, that you're not supposed to see, of announcers talking off the cuff and stuff like that, in between innings and stuff. And so in radio, we have a similar setup. When you're waiting for something to come down the line, you switch over to the channel and you wait for it. We've heard some interesting
those channels,
stuff.
were those ISDN. Those were phone lines, special, dedicated phone line hookups that people use to record things, from station to station, wherever around the country, and that's how the producers got their information. So I mean, I'm sure that's how it made its way across the country.
And it just takes one scorned audio engineer in the business be like, you know what, I've got this audio.
It's amazing what you can hear in the control room of a radio station sometimes.
Yeah.
I had a system in Great Falls, Montana, when I was pretty new in the business. But all I had to do was, the board had the
dials. Yeah.
We called them pots because they're potometers. But anyway, you turn the dial up for the level that you want it to be heard on the air. But if you turn it all the way down and then click it,
Now you're in queue.
And you're the only one who can hear it.
Yeah.
Well, if I pushed a button on the phone line and put the phone in queue, I could hear anybody in the building on any line I wanted to without them knowing I could hear it.
Nice. What? That's the way the system was set up. Nobody knew
And
that.
I once listened to the Very Married Family Man general manager and a conversation with his
His
female friend, that they were very, very, very friendly together.
They were close.
Very close, yes. And they were setting up one of their close meetings that they were going to have that night. And it was fascinating.
Now, hold on a second. Now, here's where Jeffy... I would expect Jeffy to go like, did you use that information to your advantage?
You beat me to the punch saying you've worked there forever.
This might be the first time I've ever told the story to anyone anywhere. But since it's been, 44 years.
And what was his role there?
He was the general manager.
And how weren't you
Montana.
How weren't you the general manager a week later?
I know, I should have been, because I was 19 and I didn't know any better.
Right.
Probably could have been.
Didn't have anything to record it with, I imagine.
I could have. Yeah, I could have recorded on the reel-to-reel. Yeah, you can make
you
it
record. You be able to record Q from the reel-to-reel. Yeah.
Yeah, you could, depending on the setup. But I could have.
Just think, you
could have used that.
You could. That could have been
stupid.
your empire.
Awesome.
If you had just played your cards.
An awesome engineering feat.
Yeah, it is.
That the engineer knew about.
Yes.
I guarantee you the engineer
but nobody
knew about.
else. I don't think anybody else knew about it.
Right.
That is
and you just figured you just happened upon it. And it was like, I like that.
Yep. All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. These are people who really know what they're doing. They're with buyers all the time. And people are selling homes, so they're on both sides of the aisle, and they know how to get the job done. They've got great track records and great marketing plans. And I was showing this. Do we have that available? Let me show you this again. This is what you don't want your realtor leading you to this, where you got this average house on one side, and then you have this house next door to it, okay? And on the other side now, you've got another average looking house. One of these houses is a little bit overbuilt for the neighborhood. That's where a great realtor comes in and says, hey, maybe you don't want to build a $12 million home between two $500,000 homes.
Nice looking
I don't
house,
know.
though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The one in the middle?
No, the ranch one here at the end.
It's incredible. Took them 4 years to build that thing, but somebody overbuilt. You need a great realtor to help you not do those things and make those mistakes, because if you ever want to resell it, that's going to be a difficult proposition.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that money out of it. And anyway, that's what you need a realtor for, to tell you what should be done to sell your home, what shouldn't be done, what you're not going to get your money out of. All of those things go into it. You need a great realtor. That's where Real Estate Agents I Trust comes in. realestateagentsitrust.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, I have one question for you
Yes.
before we move on from this listening to the general manager in Q story. So how often, because I mean, who among us would not have access to a Q phone line and listen every day? How many other times did you listen to
Many.
Thank you.
Many.
Thank you.
All the time.
Thank you.
It became too much of a distraction.
Yeah, you
though.
have to stop. Yeah.
Had to pay attention
You
to
got
the
to make
show
sure that nobody
after a
comes
while.
in while you're listening.
Right. Oh, my gosh, yes, because that's dangerous.
Yes.
That's dangerous territory right there. All right, KJP was asked about the White House gate crash yesterday. Here's what she had to say.
The Deputy Director of ICE is telling us that 2 Jordanian nationals are in removal proceedings now after posing as Amazon delivery drivers to crash the gates at Quantico. Does the White House think this might have been a failed terrorist attack?
So going to be really mindful of these 2 Jordanians that
Gonna be
you're
real
speaking of
mindful.
remain in ICE custody, and given that it is an active law enforcement matter, so I would have to refer you to ICE. I just can't dive into this because, again, there's a law enforcement. This is a law enforcement matter.
Oh, okay. She can't dive into it. There's scant little she can ever answer.
No kidding.
There's almost nothing she can answer. There's no question that you can ask her that she's going to answer.
And so what's the story? We
And
had
plus,
2 guys.
Yeah, they didn't actually try to crash the gate at Quantico. So let's not give the gate guards too much credit. Okay. I mean, the gate guards said, "Hey, we need, your IDs look fishy. So why don't you pull over there where we can give you some secondary check through?" And then they pushed the button where they lifted up the crash fence so that no other cars could get through. So I mean, the gate guards did what they're supposed to do. So thank you, gate guards.
You're welcome for protecting America.
There you go. All right.
Where's
How
my
would you
apology, Jeffy?
How would you have handled that situation any differently?
Oh,
Chris?
same way.
Oh, same.
Here's the only difference. I'm
that's
too
not
late.
what you said on my show.
Can I get there? Can I get there? Thank you. I would not push the button because that's too much work. I'll just put a cone.
Yeah, the cone.
Cone up.
Traffic cone right in front of
That's
it.
exactly what
we're
I
good.
mean. Yeah.
I'm not pushing, but you know how much work it takes to put that thing down? I'm not doing that.
No.
Yeah, I don't want you to have that thing up so that no one can crash through.
The cone is doing its work.
Okay.
Blocking traffic.
Nobody can violate a
No,
cone.
you can't.
No, you
You
can't.
see the cone there, you're not driving through it.
And we see it in
Right?
movies all the time. People put cones up. Nobody drives by.
Nobody drives by. No, you're not
Here's a
going to hit
quick
it.
tip. If you don't know when to park on your street,
Yeah, put up
Yeah.
a cone.
Right?
I do
That's
that.
actually a great
I
point.
do that.
Yeah, 'cause
No one
that's
parks
true.
there.
No one parks there.
they think
Everyone
it's a city.
follows the cone.
Is the cone.
That's
It is true.
and,
Yeah.
and that explains the mindset during the mask adventures of 2020
exactly.
America.
Yep.
If there's a sign, I'm going to do that. Okay.
Jeez. Also, KJP was asked about Kamala Harris's plans if they lose in November.
Have you heard
Oh, no.
that Vice President Harris is telling friends that she may go back to California and run for governor if the election does not go her way?
That is news to me. I would say this. The vice president has been a great partner to this president.
Yeah, she curly.
He is appreciative of the work that she has done. It is impressive what she's been able to do.
Oh, impressive! You kidding me?
Right, Curly? Rights, her leadership on gun violence, to fight gun violence across the country.
Mind-boggling impressive.
You hate to lose that national asset.
I can't even listen to it.
It's just she's babbling. She just
babbling garbage.
No idea.
I don't think she even knows what she's saying.
She just terrible,
man. All right, we will. We'll get the Fat Five from Jeffy coming up next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, we're going to get to a Fat Five episode here with Jeffy in just a sec. First, let's go to Cassidy in Texas. Hey, Cassidy.
Bingo.
There you go. Congratulations.
Wait, okay, you're not going to make her go through all 25
I am not.
squares.
You're welcome.
We finally filled up the whole sheet. So congratulations. Thanks for calling. Thanks for listening. We got the $30 worth of merch from PatGrayShop.com and the dozen Kexi cookies. So thanks for listening, Cassidy. Appreciate it. By the way, the fact that the Kexi cookies haven't arrived at your house yet, that's my fault. I got the list yesterday, sent it to my son. We're going to get those sent out now. Now that's taken care of, so they should be on their way.
Plus, it's
very
free,
soon.
So you can wait.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can wait.
Thank you.
It's free.
We're getting it to you. Calm down.
I don't think anybody was really,
I don't think
out of sorts. But anyway, here's Jeffy with today's Fat Five.
All right. Well, someone at the U.S. Capitol Police Department is really bummed out and maybe a little worried because Wednesday afternoon around 1 p.m., the U.S. Capitol Police announced that they found a small bag of cocaine in a heavily trafficked hallway of the headquarters.
Is this the White House again?
No. Well, this is the Capitol Police Department.
All right.
And it was just a 1-inch little. That's what you had to carry your cocaine around in, a little white baggie. It was a little Ziploc. Field test confirmed that it was cocaine. I'm sure that it'll probably end up just like the cocaine that was found at the White House. You will get the same press
No
release.
way to tell where this
There's
came
no
from.
surveillance video footage found that provided any leads to any means to identify who could have deposited the found substance. Without physical evidence,
I mean,
investigation.
You would need the kind of technology available to us that just isn't available to us.
So we're going to just have to close the investigation.
There's no way to tell.
There's no way to tell.
What do you think? This is like, I don't know, 2024 or something? No.
We only have cameras everywhere, but there's no way to tell. You can't.
No way to tell.
They're
It's
grainy
like the metric
footage.
system.
You can't. Okay, one second it's there, then it's not there. We don't know. We don't know what's going on. So it's just I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
Remember the semi-truck that launched over the edge of the Second Strait Bridge in Kentucky? It was a couple months ago now, March 1st. Well, we have dash cam video from the Cisco semi-truck that was hanging over the bridge. 33-year-old Trevor W. Brannon has now been charged for the crash. Brannon's Chevrolet truck can be seen, we don't play it yet, speeding and swerving before weaving out of the way to avoid a stalled car, then struck the semi-truck, the Cisco semi-truck driver, Sydney Thomas, sending her over the edge, hanging on the river. She hung there for about an hour.
Wow.
And she said in an interview, just incredible. She said it was, it's hard to look at the bridge now, after 2 months. And she said, sometimes you pray. And she said, I'm guilty of this. I pray and I don't think God is listening. But he was that day. And
what's going on? Wait, what?
Chris doesn't seem to be moved by her precarious position there.
PTSD.
Shut up was his quote.
Oh yeah, she doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to get back on the bridge.
Shut up.
Well, she
you can't even look at the bridge.
This coming from a guy where a bomb landed in.
Yeah, at least my bomb was defending the country.
Yeah,
she was
a
traveling
bomb
in a
landed
truck
somewhere in Southeast Asia. I'm hurt. Okay.
Chris, I have a question for Chris.
What's up?
I mean, When you see a gate, when you look at a gate, does it affect you the way
what?
the bridge?
Can you not even look at him
I
anymore?
can't even look at it.
Yeah, I can't even look at
I
it.
mean, she said she's
Can't
going
even
back
look
to
at it.
work June 1st, but
Wait,
she's not driving a truck.
She's still not back to work?
Get to work.
Okay,
Oh,
shut up.
Okay, well, here's the dash cam video. Here's the dash cam video.
Okay, let's see it.
Okay, so she's in the truck. This is her truck.
Jeez.
Gotcha.
All right, and wow, it's like an action movie. Wow.
And she hung there for over an hour.
That!
Yeah.
That is, I mean, that's like a Mission Impossible
Yeah.
sequence or something. You just think, okay, like this happens all the time. It just happened in real life.
I've seen a giant avocado hanging off the side of a bridge.
Oh my gosh. She didn't even swear. She didn't
I was about to
even
say, no
swear.
F-bombs.
That's great.
That's all you would have heard if I were driving that thing. Oh, man.
So how'd they get her out? Do we have...
We had the firefighter.
Yeah,
Remember
he
that?
swung down.
Yeah, he swung
Oh,
down,
that's
got
right.
out.
Yeah, and jeez. Did they just push the truck into the water, or did they find a
did
way
they
to get that
fish
back?
Actually, I don't know the answer to that
they
question.
pulled it
I
out.
don't know.
That'd be
Wow.
kind of fun. I'll
Yeah.
be the one pushing it. I'm like, all right, guys, here we go.
Uh-huh. Just sink it.
Yeah, just push it over. Cisco was probably like, how about we save it? It's our truck.
Yeah.
There's still merchandise in the
interesting.
trailer. Why don't we just save that?
But now she can't even look at the bridge.
She can't.
Okay.
She can't.
Is it
smell
that
a
bridge she
lawsuit.
can't look at, or any bridge?
I don't know. She said it's hard to look at the bridge, so I guess
I
it's
see.
that one. Yeah. So
2 months later, she's still not back to work.
she's going back to work June, and actually
in
that's,
June. So we're talking
it's
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
Of recovery. You didn't go into the water. What's the deal?
And you didn't even
Get
get
over
hers.
it.
Plus, you're the one that lost control of the semi.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right,
hello.
yeah. Sure, somebody ran into you, but come on. If you're any kind of
I
driver.
mean,
It's
right.
professional.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
I mean, you went across the lanes, over the bridge, almost into the drink. That's on you.
That's on you.
So keep praying, Sydney. Mm-hmm. Good luck on the court case. The driver, the guy in the car, he's pled not guilty. So we'll see how that goes.
Not guilty. We just saw it.
I mean, he was swerving out of the way to miss another accident. Right? There was a broken down car there.
Jeez.
So, well,
Yeah.
who knows?
All right.
I'm finding no story that addresses what happened to the truck after this.
Yeah, that's weird.
I really want to know now how they did this.
They pushed it.
They didn't push it.
Yeah, okay, that's what they did.
They
We're
pushed
done.
it.
Yeah.
They pushed it in.
They pushed it.
It's in the river right now.
Firefighters just went, ooh.
It's creating a fish habitat in the river as we speak.
It's like a reef.
That's correct. That's exactly
It says
what it is.
this is it. The truck was removed from the bridge Friday night. That's all it says.
Oh, so they shut down the bridge and pulled it off.
Something.
Pulled it up.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saved the merchandise. All right. Disney leads TV viewing in the U.S. for the month of April, capturing 11.5% of all TV usage. Followed closely by YouTube at 9.6%. In addition to this monthly gauge ranking that Nielsen does, where they provide streaming, cable, and broadcast numbers for TV usage, the ratings provider is calling it the distributor gauge. And it shows, Disney having the 11.5%, but it also includes Hulu, Disney Plus, ABC, ESPN, and Disney's other cable
that's
and
not
streaming
fair.
properties. So it's kind of misleading.
Yeah.
A little misleading because then number 2 you have the YouTube at the 9.6, and it goes down to Paramount or NBC is after YouTube, then Paramount, then Warner Brothers Discovery, and Pluto TV, and then Netflix rounds it out at.
So I didn't know
number
they
6,
did
but-
ratings like that.
Well,
That's the
I
first
know
I've
this
seen
just
it.
started. I know.
So
yeah.
Jeffy, it says YouTube. Is that YouTube and YouTube TV, or just YouTube TV? Do you have any idea?
I'm sure it's both. It doesn't say, but I'm sure it's both.
But wouldn't it be
because
TV because this is total TV usage?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure
So
out.
it should be YouTube TV.
Well, hang on a second.
No.
No, I bet it's just YouTube because otherwise it would say like.
But they've counted
Fubo and all that stuff.
Well, see, like Weagle counts the MeTV, and the Scripps includes Ion and Bounce, and Fox includes Tubi.
Okay.
So probably it doesn't say though if the YouTube includes the YouTube TV. Those are interesting numbers though.
Yeah.
To see, no question.
That's where we're at.
Yeah, that's where we're at. I was looking at shows being renewed, along with new hosts and new shows in the works. You'll be happy about this. Seth Meyers just signed a new deal. So he just celebrated his 10-year anniversary. And so he's going to be...
we thought you'd be more excited.
10 years of suck.
He's going to be doing late night through 2028.
He does suck.
Through 2028 now. So
honestly,
he's one of the worst.
Not for
Stephen
Stephen
Colbert.
Colbert.
Excited about it. They're excited about it.
Are they?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, good.
Stephen Colbert is always going to be at the bottom of the barrel, but boy, Seth Meyers is right there.
They are excited that his decision to remain at late night is wonderful. So
wait, that was the quote?
That was the
We're
quote.
excited. It's wonderful.
Yeah, we're excited.
What are they paying him? Does it say?
Oh, I didn't see the price for Seth.
I mean,
whatever it is.
If it's $1.50, it's too much.
Whatever it is.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
I mean, you have Colbert with his deal,
I'm
right?
going to say
And
$10
you
million.
have, John
5?
Oliver and Bill Maher, Kimmel. Those guys all just signed new deals.
Yeah.
What are they paying him?
$5 million.
$5 a year? Oof. Yeah.
He's not worth $5 a year.
No, he is not. Oh, he is
I don't know anybody who watches the
Seth
show.
Meyers. He even had the president on.
Does anybody ever talk about him?
The only time I watched him was when he had the president on, when they went and he had ice cream with the president.
Yeah, well, and we just saw the clip. Did you actually watch the show?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either. I don't think anybody did. Nobody watches that. Who's watching Seth Meyers? No one.
A live audience, that's all.
Are there more people in the live studio audience than watching at home?
Yes.
That's
very
close.
possible.
I mean, that could go either way.
Sure is.
More good news. America's Funniest Home Videos has been renewed for season 35. So, man,
That's still on, huh?
You get that.
You don't like it?
Gotta be kidding me. Really? That's still going on? Is it still going on?
It's renewed for season 35, Pat, on ABC. What's your problem?
Who's the host?
Then we have, I don't know.
Bob.
Know. Yeah, Bob is the host.
Bob's the host.
We have Snoop Dogg and Michael Bublé joining The Voice.
That actually would have been the correct answer at one point.
Yeah, at one point.
Yes, it was.
Sorry, go ahead.
For season 26 of The Voice. So Snoop Dogg and Michael Bublé is going to be on season 26 of The Voice.
Huh. So replacing who?
Well, this year you get Bublé and Snoop Dogg along with Reba McEntire and Gwen Stefani. So Bublé was on before with Blake Shelton, I don't know, years ago, and I think Snoop was on years ago too as some sort of mentor or consultant for the show a long time ago.
Now, this is The Voice or American Idol?
The Voice. This is Voice.
Okay.
Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie reuniting for their new reality series on Peacock, reviving, I mean, The Simple Life was, 20 years ago?
Long time.
A long time ago. So we'll see how that goes. And just a few of the new and renewed shows this year. And everyone wants live sports. So, I mean, there's a reason, right? I mean, Caitlin debuted her regular season game with over 2 million viewers, the most watched WNBA game in league history for ESPN Plus that opening night. Roku secured a multi-year deal with Major League Baseball. They're going to broadcast Sunday leadoff games for free on the Roku channel. And Netflix gets into the NFL. Netflix just inked a deal to broadcast the Christmas games for the NFL. They're going to 2 games this year, but for the next 3 seasons. This year is 2 games for $150 million, $75 million a game. Paid the NFL that.
You want to guess how many people on average watch Seth Meyers every night?
Do I want to guess?
Mm-hmm.
Is it close to who watched the 28.7 million viewers that watched Christmas NFL games last year?
So close to that.
I'm going to say 750,000.
648.
Wow.
648.
Very close.
Yeah,
By
very
comparison,
close.
Johnny Carson, perhaps you heard of him, he would get about 9 million on a good night.
Yeah.
And his final episode, 92, drew an audience of 50 million people.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
648,000 for Seth.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Abortion has been the greatest sin in our history as a nation, and it happens every single day. A lot of people thought, all right, now that Roe v. Wade has been overturned, and a lot of these states have decided that, they're going to have much stricter laws, we're not going to have the problem anymore. No, you know what? It went up last year. The problem actually got worse last year. Over 1 million babies in the United States were aborted. Over 1 million. That's
an incredible number.
Tragic.
That's an incredible number. Are they still saying it's not enough? There's no access.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Everybody's doing the shout your abortion thing, and I guess you're supposed to be proud of it, and they're encouraging it to happen. So Help out preborn. They empower young expectant mothers in crisis to choose life. These are women who have been pressured into abortions. They show them the alternative and that they're going to have support afterwards. Give birth. They'll help you with the with the baby formula, with the baby food, with diapers, and all of those things that are necessary. I'm sure they will set you off in the right direction if you want to give your baby up for adoption. There's 1 million families that are looking for that. Preborn. If you can donate $28, could save a life. $28 is all it costs to show the expectant mother an ultrasound. 5 ultrasounds are $144. Maybe you could do an ultrasound per month. That's $28 a month for a year. Whatever you can do, greatly appreciated. Just go to preborn.com/Pat or say the keyword baby. That's pound 250. Say the keyword baby. Pound 250, keyword baby, or preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray is unleashed. All right, a little bit more of the Fat Five. Please remember to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts. The NFL, we talk about Netflix doing the Christmas shows this year, the Christmas games this year. The NFL has made deals with Netflix now, Peacock, Amazon Prime, ESPN Plus you have the cable bundle on YouTube TVs for the NFL Sunday Ticket. So you got to be a streamer. Please. The days of old TV viewing are long gone for the NFL. Have a nice day. I also love this so much. The new head coach for the Washington Commanders, Dan Quinn, did a press conference the other day, and he wore a shirt that started a little fire. And I want to be clear, he acted alone and without team knowledge or involvement. But he wore this T-shirt, and I love it. 100%. The Washington Commanders.
That's awesome.
With the redskin
that's
feathers
great.
hanging from the W.
So people got all up in arms over that?
They got their panties in a wad over that.
Because it has feathers on it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I see.
So, and the Commanders, the ownership has said, we're not returning to the old name. And there's been all kinds of petitions to get them to go back. I mean, the fans in the stands wear Redskins merchandise all the time. Mm-hmm. And Quinn said he didn't get any feedback from the team. But he did say he did end up bending the knee some. I think one of the parts of me taking this job is to, I was excited to bridge the past and the present. That's a cool thing to do, but I also recognize there's a lot of layers to that, and it was a great lesson for me.
Yeah, shut up.
I mean, you can buy that shirt, I see. So it must be.
Yeah.
It must be.
But it's not. It's not an affiliated shirt. Yeah,
okay.
And I don't think so.
I love it.
I don't think so. I think it's awesome.
It is. I mean, just
get over
Let's
it.
find something to be outraged
I know. It's time
about.
to move on.
Every time.
Yeah,
They gotta
and
be
the
pissed
NFL,
off.
of course, has come out and said that Harrison Butker doesn't speak for us with his controversial comments at that commencement speech.
Chiefs haven't said. They're behind.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Did you see he got doxxed, too?
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Yes, it is, and welcome to it. You want to make sure that you have fruits and vegetables in your diet. It's really important to maintain your health.
Is this new?
Yeah, it's a new thing. They just decided that today.
Really?
Yeah. Fruits and vegetables are important.
Breaking news.
Is that incredible?
That is.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
I thought like a steady diet of fast food and ice cream was the way to go, but no, I guess not.
This is why you tune into Pat Gray Unleashed, so you can get the latest information.
And this is the latest, what they're saying. Average person doesn't even eat half the recommended servings in a day of fruits and vegetables, and I certainly don't. That's why I have these. These are the veggies. These are the fruits. You take these, and you're going to get 31 different kinds of fruits and vegetables in your diet. So fantastic. Just a great way to do this on the go. And you know what? Even if you got time to prepare every meal or somebody does it for you or what, it's really hard to get the 3 servings in every single day. Go to Balance of Nature, balanceofnature.com. Use the promo code PAT. Get 35% off your order and get healthy. That's balanceofnature.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Rowdy Introvert tweets, you mentioned the weather this morning on the 3s, but where was the traffic? That's a good point.
We
Rowdy.
talked about the traffic. The 40-lane roads are going to Montana.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and we got the truck hanging off the bridge. What else do you need, Rowdy?
Right.
I mean, it's traffic and weather together every 2 minutes on the 3s. So that's our pledge to you. And I hope we didn't violate it.
There may be time to time we don't live up to everything we say.
We sure try, though. We sure try to keep you posted. Every 2 minutes on the 3s. Yeah. Adam Snyder tweets, Lawrence O'Donnell's monologue on Trump was almost as bad as Al Gore's poem. William Bartz, hair pulled back to do the dishes? Jeffy, where are you?
Oh, yeah. Jeffy didn't chime in on the Lawrence O'Donnell
Oh, I stopped
fantasy.
Listening. I stopped listening.
Oh, you stopped listening to Larry?
Really? Yeah. From Carl Smith, I'm sure they'll discover that cocaine left in the Capitol was left by a crazy January 6th-er.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there was. I'm sure it wasn't Hunter because he would be in the Capitol Police.
No. Krista Morgan. Oh, wait. Smallmouth Bass tweets, I'd guess the truck was recovered if they have the dash video.
Okay, fair point.
Didn't even...
yeah, we didn't noodle that out.
Some good logic right there.
Look, we're in radio.
I mean, there's a thing called divers, first of all. Let's not get too carried away with how smart that is.
And the footage is not in the truck. It's at the headquarters. It's pinged back at the
Francisco.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
So calm down with your to retrieve the truck. Thanks for listening.
And from Krista Morgan, I drive a truck for a living, and after seeing that dash cam video, I might need to take some extended time off.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's dangerous out there.
Could not blame you. We got some breaking news here. This is weird. The world number 1 golfer in the world, Scottie Scheffler, has been detained by police in handcuffs after a misunderstanding with traffic flow led to his attempt to drive past a police officer into Valhalla Golf Club. The police officer attempted to attach himself to Scheffler's car, and Scheffler then stopped his vehicle at the entrance to Valhalla. The police officer then began to scream at him to get out of the car.
Oh, boy.
When Scheffler exited the vehicle, the officer shoved Scheffler up against the car and immediately placed him in handcuffs. He's now being detained in the back of the police car.
So is this an off-duty police officer directing traffic at the country club?
I don't know.
It a gate guard thinking he's all uppity? Is it because Scotty went past a cone?
Yeah. How dare you? How dare you try to drive around him into the golf club? How dare you do that? And he paid for it.
He's like a crossing guard. Give me a break.
Bro, what's your deal today? The extra hate.
Can't take it.
Back to blue, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Back to Police Week.
That damn Scottie Scheffler.
I know.
Police Week, bro.
He thinks
Who
he's
does he
hot
think he is?
stuff
That's right.
because he's the number 1 golfer in the world.
How dare he think he can just get into the golf course? That's agonizing.
I'm just looking at the world rankings. He's number 1. You got Rory McIlroy at number 2. So Rory is from, where's he from?
Ireland.
Ireland, right, right.
He's had a rough week.
Xander, is it Schauffele?
That I don't know.
How do you pronounce his
I don't
name?
watch enough golf.
He's number 3. Then Wyndham Clark. So 3 of the top 4 are Americans. Then you got John Rahm. Ludwig Aberg, obviously not American, with a doofus name like that. Victor Hovland.
I mean, people that could name their kid Ludwig.
Ludwig! Time for dinner!
Probably not from Alabama.
Ludwig! Big ich ein der Glockenspiel and the Vergnügen.
So you say not from Alabama?
No, he's not from Alabama.
He might be though. I forgot they got that's where we sent all the space nuke engineers, right, from Germany.
Yeah, but then you have Patrick Cantlay and Max Homa also in the top 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the top 10 Americans.
Control F Woods
Americans
on that. Control F Woods. Where's Tiger Woods at right now? Like, is he even in the top 200, 300?
Tiger. He's always.
Oh, I don't think so. I'll bet you he's in the thousands now. He rarely even plays. But let's see, Control
F.
Mm-hmm. Control F.
Yep.
There it is.
All right, the little box
okay, now
out.
Tiger Woods.
Okay.
Tiger Woods.
Just Tiger would be fine. I'm sure there's not another golfer named Tiger.
And then just hit enter, right?
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
And he's not even ranked.
Scroll down a little bit. Is there like an arrow next to Woods or Tiger? I mean,
No. No. It's 0 of 0. No, he didn't even show up.
0. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't show up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think this probably goes to 100. Maybe that's why. Let's see if that's just the top 100. It's a top. Yes, it's the top 100. He's nowhere in the top one. No. Tiger Woods, the greatest golfer of all time.
Oh, I just found him.
Nice.
He's still Tiger Woods.
I found him.
Where is he?
807.
Ooh.
But again, though, he's Tiger Woods.
He's
so
Tiger,
what?
Yeah, right.
Right.
I mean, right. He's still making hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
I guarantee you that cop ain't grabbing Tiger's
No, he's
car.
not. No, he is not.
Honestly, though, it's an accomplishment when we see him out there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
When he makes the cut, it's big news.
Oh, yeah.
Now, because he's got such back problems that it's tough. It's tough for him. Plus, his life kind of fell apart after that incident with his wife. Right? It did.
Well,
it just went south ever since.
He needed to
his game went south.
He needed to get back to doing some serious business and get the golf game back up. I'll tell you that. That's a fact.
Gosh, he's already 10 strokes back after one day at the PGA Championship.
Oh, boy. Man, he sucks.
He needed to get back to Vegas business.
All right. Oh, boy.
What's wrong?
We've got a CDC warning now.
Oh, boy. Oh, everyone listen up then.
Bird flu?
The CDC.
No, worse than that.
Oh, no.
Monkeypox.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Mpox.
Thank you.
Mpox. Because monkeypox is, of course, racist. I don't know what race monkeys are, but for some reason they're racist.
Yeah, they're
Don't get it.
The weirdest thing.
I know.
I mean, you are a racist if you think monkeypox is racist.
Clearly.
Right?
Clearly.
I mean, nobody even thinks that, and then how is it racist?
Except for you, the racist.
Yes, right. You, the people who are insisting that we not use the word monkey before the word pox. What a bizarre world we live in. But with Pride events scheduled worldwide over the coming weeks, U.S. officials are bracing for a return of Mpox.
Wait, why? I don't get it.
I don't either.
What are they insinuating?
Well, let's see if it explains it a little bit. And now keep in mind, this is from the New York Times.
Okay.
All right? That super right-wing kookery publication. The infectious disease formerly called monkeypox that struck tens of thousands of gay and bisexual men worldwide in 2022. Combination of behavioral changes and vaccination quelled that outbreak, but a majority of those at risk have not yet been immunized. So they're expecting.
So this is a
return.
push for a vaccine. I got it now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Look, everyone, it's Pride Month coming up. Time to get your vaccination for Mpox.
Crazy.
Okay.
And if you're going to be out celebrating,
isn't it weird how that turned out to be a sexually transmitted disease, too?
get yourself covered.
They weren't presenting it like that in the beginning, right? And then all of a sudden it's like gay and bisexual men are getting this.
Yeah.
But they won't explain why.
They won't explain
Do
why.
you need me to explain it to you?
No.
Good. I'm good. Save it for overtime.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy enough to explain.
Now we're good. Thanks.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
we'll
wait on that, though.
The disease spreads in bathhouses. I don't know what your deal is.
Hold on. I wouldn't even. Where is a bathhouse? Do you Google
right up the road?
Bathhouses?
Right up the road.
Is there a bathhouse in Irving?
Yeah, it's right up the road.
I don't want my search history to have
What is your
bathhouse Dallas. What the hell happens in a Oh my gosh, I'm so naive. I'm sorry.
Are you? You're kidding, right? There's not a bathhouse right up the road.
There absolutely is a bathhouse right up the road. There used to be. I don't know if they
Only
closed.
he would know.
I know.
It may have closed, but there absolutely was one in this neck of the woods. Yes.
Okay, there's.
That is something
So
else.
I googled.
There is. It's right there. About
Bathhouse Dallas.
5 minutes from
it's a
us.
part of
Yeah, it's 5 minutes from us. A bathhouse.
Yes, I went with.
Where
Doc
you go and
Thompson.
bathe.
I see.
I went with the late Doc Thompson because it's a Korean bathhouse.
Oh my gosh.
There you
It was
go.
fun. It was really fun. It was really fun.
I see. What you're
Sounds
saying.
fun.
So it's King. Okay, so this you got Club Dallas.
No,
Okay.
no, don't go to that one.
Don't go to Club
don't
Dallas.
go to that
How
one.
about
No,
King,
be immunized to go there.
Yes,
King Spa and Sauna?
that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweat House Infrared Sauna Studio.
Okay. And so men go there
That's not
to
a
bathe.
bathhouse.
With other men?
Right, with
what
other-
happens there, Jeffy? Chris?
That's just okay. I don't even want to know. I don't want to
There,
I don't want to know.
the pool is hot, and
Yeah,
you're
I don't want
just
to know.
chilling in the pool.
I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know about it.
That's where Arlen Specter
I'm going to
hangs out.
pretend this last 5 minutes didn't even
This pool
happen.
of water is hot.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it.
This pool of water is cool.
You know what I do want to hear about though is Thomas Massey.
Don't drop your soap.
Thomas Massey going after Hank Johnson yesterday. I mean, going after he ribbed him a bit. And what do you have to rib Hank Johnson about?
Right.
Here it is.
With that, I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
I just wonder if the gentleman from the other side of the aisle is concerned that the additional aid that was voted on to go to Taiwan would cause that island to tip over in any point in the future.
You know what? I hope that the island of Guam is floating on water and not on diesel fuel.
What?
That's the point I was making.
What?
And I think that
No.
the gentleman might question my mental acuity.
Yeah.
But let's look at your dear leader. Let's look at your
reclaiming my time.
Time belongs to
former
the gentleman
President
from
Trump. Let's look
reclaiming
at
Time
my
belongs
time.
to the gentleman from Kentucky.
You tell me he's talking about diesel fuel here.
My fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't anticipate that.
Best answer ever.
At best.
I didn't hear the word diesel in there.
No.
The
No.
population of diesel?
And his do people at the time tried to
said he
make
was
it out.
joking.
Yeah, that he's Mr. Sarcasm.
He should have stuck to that.
Yes.
Because that's more reasonable than I was talking about diesel fuel. What? Talking about diesel fuel? We were talking about U.S. Marines, 10,000 of them going to the island. And
being
you were
deployed there.
afraid that was going to make the island tip over and capsize. It had nothing to do with diesel fuel. What? Wow, that's
On top of which,
bizarre.
the diesel fuel thing is a little stupid anyway to begin with. So
yeah, I don't even. How does that tie
has
in?
he been sitting on that in case that ever came up again?
guess Must so. have.
He's like, boy, one day I'm gonna be put. I'm gonna be backed into a corner and I'm gonna bring in the diesel fuel. Excuse.
They're going to see how wrong they were about calling me stupid.
Now's my chance.
I wish Massey would have said, "No problem, Hank. I'm sorry. Just I'm sure everyone going to Taiwan will be midgets."
Gosh, that's amazing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. That was good. But you know, that's what these Democrats do. That's what these psychos do. They just sit there and make up lies.
Yes, they just continue to lie and lie and lie and lie.
Did you see yesterday? Neil Cavuto had Biden's economic advisor, one of his top economic advisors, on.
Yeah.
And
This
asked him about this.
Right.
We're going to get into that in a second.
It's awesome,
but it's
That's
incredible
awesome. Because it actually is Neil actually did what we talk about all the time.
Yep.
Answer the question.
Right. Yeah, right. So we'll get to that in just a sec. First, let me tell you about Eden Pure. They're back with their famous thunderstorm air purifier. And man, does this thing work. Absolutely love it. We used this when our house was under construction and they were replacing the countertops and things. And so that silicone smell was so strong. And I just plugged this in and turned it on, and away the smell went. We were able to sleep soundly that night.
Are they still under construction? Still working?
Yeah,
still going on?
Some things are still going on, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have to change the filter yet on that thing?
Didn't have to change the filter, no. In fact, you know what? I've never changed the filter in this.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Wow. Maybe you ought to think about it.
Do you know why?
No.
There isn't one. That's why.
Oh.
There isn't one. Is that weird?
Wow, that's awesome.
Surprises you, right?
That does surprise me.
No filter necessary. Go to EdenPureDeals.com. Use the discount code PAT3. You'll save $200. Eden Pure Deals. EDEN. EdenPureDeals.com. Promo code PAT3.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Some tweets here. Mother Stink Eye tweets. I've missed a few episodes, so I'm not aware of why Jeffy has a little hand stuck to his mic.
Yeah, what's that?
You're killing me, Smalls.
Well, first of all, Keith put these damn little hands that became gifts to us everywhere around the studio.
Okay, so,
Rowdy introvert.
Right. Thank you. Send us a box of little hands, and I have them placed throughout the
everywhere.
whole studio. But I didn't put the ones on the microphones.
I have 5 of them right here. Right
The
now.
reason Rowdy Introvert sent us the hands, the tiny little hands, was because last week we played the bit I did years ago,
right, with
where
the
I
Jewel
called
song.
people and recited the Jewel lyrics to them. My hands are small, I know, but they're not
mine.
yours.
They're
They are my own.
This is awesome.
And I will not be broken.
So I've been trying to get this off of this darn thing all morning, and it won't come
And he
off.
can't get his small hands off of the
It
microphone.
will not come off of this stupid
Keith super
thing.
glued them.
Somebody put some tape or something on it because it will not come off.
It's Chris Cruz, everybody. Chris Cruz put the 2 here that will not come off of the microphones now. That's awesome.
Let me see. Pull it.
Pull it. Let's go. See if we
I
can do
showed
this.
you how to take them out.
Come off.
Come on.
You can do it.
Weakling. Come on.
What is up?
I could easily get that thing off.
Yes, you can, Pat.
Come on.
I show you how to take them off.
Uh-huh.
I little did it.
And
one
he's
second.
trying to pull down on it, and he still can't get it off.
Pull
Idiot.
it out. Pull it out.
How about you pull it out? How about that?
No.
How about you pull it out?
How about don't worry about the way I pull my small hand.
Push this microphone over here. Push this one over here. I want to try.
No, that's different.
Why is that different?
That's different because
All right,
that one is not glued.
Then take your hand and take that one off of that one. Then let's see you do that one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's
Thank
see.
you,
No,
Joe.
let's see. If
Yes.
it's so
What you
different,
say.
Yes,
then
Joe.
let's see you do that.
Jeffy, can you take that one out?
Come on, Jeffy.
No, I can't.
Jeffy.
Okay.
Jeffy.
So, to continue with the tweets, KSS Comics tweets, wait, if monkeypox is an STD, then we know why it immediately disappeared from the news when a gay couple's son and dog were diagnosed with it.
I forgot about that.
That's right.
There you go.
That is correct.
Wow.
Indeed. All right. How about a flashback to a clip we had last week? We have Biden economic advisor Jared Bernstein trying to explain the money supply. Yeah, okay, keep in mind, he's top Biden economic advisor.
Right.
The top.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
He is the top economic advisor. Jared Bernstein, here he is explaining the money supply.
You want to get
behind
why
one.
the president...
No.
Not the other one.
Flashback one.
The
Clip
flashback.
4. Clip 4. Thank you. Where's the audio?
Because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves? I'm waiting for someone to stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
Like you said, they print the dollar. So why does the government even borrow?
Well,
Here it comes.
So again, some of this stuff gets some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money.
Okay,
and it definitely
we know that.
lends that money, which is why
we know
the government definitely prints money.
Yeah,
and then it
they
lends that
lend
money by selling bonds. Is that what they do?
Is that what they do?
They sell bonds. Yeah,
sell
they
bonds.
sell bonds.
Yeah.
Right? Because they sell bonds. And people buy the bonds and lend them the money.
And then they print money.
A lot of times, at least in my year with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question that the government prints money,
right? And then they
uses that money
here's how it works.
I guess I'm just I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about.
Like, is that even real?
Like,
yes,
that is. The government clearly prints money. It does it all the time.
Yes.
It clearly borrows.
Right.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this debt and deficit conversation. So, I don't think there's anything confusing there.
And you wonder why the Biden economy sucks.
So he calls it confusing and complicated, and then at the very end, so there's nothing confusing there. After he's been clearly confused
the entire time
for 3 minutes. That is one of the most astounding clips I've ever seen on a government official. Wow. That's absolutely outrageous.
He has the ear to the president of the United States.
Right. How has he not been fired? How has he not? I mean, dude, you can't even explain the money supply. You don't even know what you're talking about here. You just admitted you don't understand it. You don't get it. I wonder if that could be part of the reason we're in the situation we're in. That is
It sure is.
Incredible. That's incredible. Mm-hmm. Like you said, it's hard to believe it even happened. Is that AI? Did somebody do an AI version of him? No, that's actually Jared Bernstein.
I mean, it's more than embarrassing. That's
it's dangerous. It's dangerous stupidity from the people who are running this government. But this was when the adults were going to take over. We were told. Remember?
We're here.
How do you like it now?
Yeah. How do you like the Secretary of State rocking out in Ukraine with his guitar?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the fact that Jared Bernstein can't explain anything when it comes to economics. That's great. From the chief economic advisor. Yeah, that works out really well for us. It really does. So anyway, he was on Neil Cavuto yesterday. We're going to show you that here in a minute. You don't want to miss this either, because Cavuto asks him to explain the 9% lie.
Bringing down inflation. It was 9% when I came to office.
9%?
9%. But
9% continues to lie about.
Over and over. He has said that multiple times, that it was 9% when he came into office. KJP explained it yesterday. Well, what he was simply saying was...
Yes, that's the lie.
The economic conditions existed for 9% inflation. No, that isn't what he said.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
The things that are happening in this country right now are seriously beyond description and beyond belief. I don't understand how you would give this administration another 4 years to continue the demolition of the United States of America. I don't understand how independents could go along with this, how even Democrats, how do you go along with this? If you're a Democrat and you're watching this, and I guess you're not seeing these things because CNN's not playing them and MSNBC isn't playing them. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're in that little cocoon, and all you see is what they want you to see. And so you don't see anything like Joe Biden's top economic advisor, Jared Bernstein, not able to explain the money supply, why we print money and borrow money. I mean, this is worth watching again. And this is just the setup, actually, for something that happened yesterday. But here he is from last week explaining the money supply.
Like you said, they print the dollar. So why does the government even borrow?
Well, right? So
So
again, some of this stuff gets.
Is it
some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money.
Yeah.
And it definitely lends that money, which is why
got that.
The government definitely prints money.
It definitely
and then it
prints.
lends that money
And
by
then it definitely lends.
by selling bonds.
Sells
is that what they
bonds. Do? Is that what they do?
They
you asking me?
They
They
sell bonds. Yeah,
sell
they
bonds.
sell bonds.
Okay.
Right? Since they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money.
Right.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Okay.
a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question
So it is
the government
confusing,
prints
but
money,
prints
and
money.
then it uses that money
And then it uses
to I guess I'm just I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't get it.
It's like the government clearly prints money. It does it all the time, and it clearly borrows.
It does.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this debt and deficit conversation. So I don't think there's anything confusing there.
I'm sorry, you just said it was confusing not once, but twice.
Multiple times.
And then at the end you said it wasn't confusing, but I'm a little confused because you admitted that you don't get it. His exact words were, "I don't get it." Unquote.
Oh, boy. Here we are. Here we are, America.
Here we are.
And I would
It's astounding,
that
isn't it?
truly is unbelievable to me.
I don't understand our world right now. I just can't. I can't make any sense of it.
I honestly want the presidential administration, the cabinet, and the movie Idiocracy over what we're experiencing now.
It would be better, smarter, better for the country.
And they actually wanted the country to succeed in Idiocracy. This one wants to destroy it.
Meanwhile, Joe Biden keeps saying the same thing over and over and over again.
And you down inflation. It was 9% when I came to office.
No.
9%. But look.
Okay, but look. It was 1.4%.
Yeah, that's
okay. It was 1.4%. Now, the excuse yesterday from KJP was the economic conditions existed that made it 1% over a year later. A year and a half later, it went up to 9%.
Now that they're being questioned by multiple people about why the president continues to lie about the 9%. Now they've got the marching orders.
Yeah, it's the economic conditions that he was talking. And no, he wasn't. No, that's not what he said.
That's not what he said. It's not what he's ever said.
So here's Neil Cavuto challenging the genius who doesn't get it, Jared Bernstein, on the inflation claim.
You want to get behind why the president keeps claiming this. This is what talking about inflation. Take a look.
Okay.
We have dramatically reduced inflation from 9% down to close to 3%. We're in a situation where we're better situated than we were when we took office. It was 9% when I came to office. 9%. But look, people have a right to be concerned. I think inflation has gone slightly up. It was at 9% when I came in, and it's now down around 3%.
Hey, how do you keep doing
Jared,
that?
why does he keep saying that? You're his top economic, you're the head of the Council of Economic Advisors. Do you ever whisper in his ear, Mr. President, just to be technical about it, it was at 9% when you assumed office. It was 1.4%. It got as high as 9% in 2022. You brought it down from that, but it was never, ever, ever 9% when you came into office. So why does he keep saying it?
Well, first of all, let me point out that in that very quote you played, the president talked about how concerned he was for households struggling with prices that he consistently
That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you.
So
why does he keep misrepresenting this?
He's making the point that the factors that caused inflation to climb to 9%
Pause it
were
for a
in
second.
place.
He wasn't talking about factors that caused 9%. He wasn't talking about that. How do you claim that's what he was talking about when he wasn't?
Yeah.
He didn't say anything about the factors that contributed. He said it was 9% when he took over. All right, keep it going.
That caused inflation to climb to 9% were in place when he took office.
That's not what he said. He said it was at 9%. It would eventually get to 9% a little over a year
Thanks
after
to
that.
him.
But the fact of the matter is it wasn't 9%. So if I can't trust him quoting data in real time, why should I believe what he's talking about now?
You shouldn't.
So the annual growth in core inflation in the second quarter of 21 was in fact about 9%. And his point about inflation down 60% off its peak is very much the case. So
no, it wasn't. It was not. It was not at that. So you're almost as bad as he is. Why can't you just say it was high? It got as high as 9%.
Yes.
You'd be accurate in saying that. And we have now brought it down, and we're struggling in around the 3% area. But it's better than it was. But instead, to hang it on his predecessor, that you inherited something that was through the roof when we were in the middle of COVID. It just seems to the American people, whether you're Republican or Democrat, you're lying. Neil. You're just lying.
Well,
Thank you.
I hear you.
No,
the president was making the point that I think is unequivocally true. The factors that took inflation to 9% were in place when he took office.
That is not what he said, Jared. And you're a very smart guy with this stuff.
He's
you could
not.
just whisper. He's a good friend of yours.
He
obviously
isn't.
thinks the world of you.
You just proven that
well.
this interview.
You could have just told him, Chief, I got to tell you, Mr. President, whatever you say, you might even call him Joe. That's how close you are. Say, sir, it was not 9%. Stop it with the 9%, because the more you say that, the more people don't believe what you're saying.
Thank you.
Look, I think what the American people care most about is the fact that inflation.
The American people care about truth, Jared.
Hold on, Neil.
They do.
Neil, this only works if you let me talk, okay?
You haven't answered my question. I've asked it 5 times, five ways.
The president was making the point that the factors.
Okay, I can't do it anymore.
We'll pull the plug on him.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jared.
Neil should have.
We're done.
We're done.
We're done here.
Kill the
Beat
feed.
it.
Kill the feed. We're over you.
You guys, you know what? There's just, the truth isn't in you. That's the problem. There is no truth in you people. You're just flat out evil, Jared. Okay? You're evil, lying sacks of crap.
Yes.
You're people who look us in the face when we're 2 feet away from you and you tell us, I am not here. Yes, you are. I can see you. I can hear you. I could touch you. No. I am not here. The conditions exist right now for me to not be here after I leave. And that's all I was simply saying to you. The point I was simply making was that the factors involved in me not being here are already in place. No, that's not what you said, though. You said you're not here.
Yeah, but the factors.
Like I have legs, okay? I can leave, is all I was simply saying.
And when I do, I won't
be here anymore. Okay, now it might be a week from now, but I still won't be here. It's frustrating. It's mind-numbing. And it makes you concerned for...
It does.
For the future of this nation.
It makes you feel even worse because they can... I mean, the lies are just getting worse every day.
Bigger and worse and more obvious every day.
That's why, I don't know if you talked about it. I missed some of yesterday's show, but
Really?
Donald Trump and Joe Biden are going to debate.
Yeah,
right.
And they announced that. I don't know if you talked about it or not.
Yeah, we did.
But I hope that Donald actually
he's got to get into this. He's got to.
Yeah. Now, hold on a second.
He has to.
So I think we should do equal time. I think we should play Jerry Nadler now, clip 13, praising Joe Biden yesterday to kind of balance it out here.
All right.
You hear a lot about President Biden's memory today. Republicans won't mention that Biden has been ranked as one of the most successful presidents of our time.
What? By
they
who?
won't mention the once-in-a-generation transformative legislation he has ushered into law. They won't mention Special Counsel Hur's comments to President Biden about his, quote, photographic, unquote, memory.
Oh, my God.
What?
It's good stuff, right?
Have we ever heard that before about Joe Biden's?
No.
It's called
quote,
photographic, unquote
memory. No, I never heard that before.
I don't think I have either.
So you recall that last night Merrick Garland was held in contempt by the House of Representatives because he won't release the audio of Joe Biden answering the questions about these classified documents that he kept in his garage. So now that's going on, but he is ranked by, you've probably seen this.
You haven't actually, Keith. No, I haven't. Where he's ranked as one of the best presidents.
I mean, this is the I am not here.
Yeah, it is. Yes,
insanity.
It is. Incredible. And it is interesting that they released the transcript of the president's interviews, but they won't release the audio. That is interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah,
it is interesting because
there are a number of people can call.
You wonder how much of the transcript was edited to make it seem like the president was coherent.
Right.
Exactly right.
Well, we saw when he made the debate announcement, he couldn't get through 13 seconds without 5 edits.
I thought maybe it was even AI after I first watched that.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's what they'll probably start using because...
They should.
They should.
Seriously.
Yep. All right. Do you remember when TV used to be funny? I can barely remember. It's been so long ago. When SNL had some funny bits. It's been a while. If you haven't seen a good comedy in ages, Blaze Media is on a mission to fix that. We're releasing Aqua Donkeys. This is why I called it Agua last time, because it is spelled agua in the copy.
And that's what it is.
It's aqua.
No.
Is it aqua or is it agua?
It's agua.
It's agua.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is agua donkeys.
That's the Spanish word for water.
Okay. All right.
There we are. We got there.
So it's agua.
Yeah.
Agua. Just for your future information there. Attention all producers. It is Agua Donkeys. But the best part is Agua Donkeys is a movie with no agenda, no politics, and no equity quotas. MP Cunningham and Jared Jackson star as MP Cunningham and Jared Jackson in the silkiest movie of the year. It's a comedy for comedy's sake, as it should be. We all want to go home and check out the rest of the world without, the barrage of news and politics following us everywhere we go. So let's take a break from the politics that divide us and just enjoy a nice laugh together. Go to aguadonkeysmovie.com and prepare to have a wicked good time.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
I'm really glad that police got Scottie Scheffler off the streets today.
It's about time.
I mean, it's incredible that
this
he was
guy
arrested.
is a menace to society, and it's about time we got him taken off the streets and the golf courses across the nation. There he is, Scottie Scheffler,
to jail.
The number one golfer in the world, in an orange jumpsuit because they took him to jail. He was trying to get around a traffic problem, I guess.
Yeah,
and a cop was there and got pissed at him for trying to go around it.
So that's his
Took him
mugshot
in!
At the Department of Corrections in Louisville, Kentucky. He's being charged with assault of a police officer, which is a Class C felony.
That's probably from driving around,
assault.
Right?
Second-degree assault.
Criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding signals from an officer. So,
okay, that's nuts. Stop it.
I mean, we don't know all the details here, but boy, it does
Somebody got their panties in a wad.
According to ESPN reporter Jeff Darlington, who said he witnessed the incident.
Oh, okay.
Scheffler was trying to drive around the crash scene on a median. The police officer instructed Scheffler to stop. Scheffler continued to drive about 10 to 20 yards toward the entrance. At one point, an officer attached himself to the side of Scheffler's car.
Mean?
Scheffler stopped his car as he turned into the entrance of the Valhalla Golf Club. After about 20 or 30 seconds, Scheffler rolled down his window to talk to the officer. The officer grabbed Scheffler's arm to pull him out of the vehicle. The officer reached inside the vehicle to open the door, and once Scheffler was pulled out, pushed against the car, placed in handcuffs.
That's
he was
ridiculous.
standing at the entrance.
Come on.
Scheffler was detained. Darlington said Scheffler turned to him and asked, Darlington, can you help? And the police officer told Darlington, you need to get out of the way. Right now he's going to jail, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I'm waiting for the assault from...
Yeah, well,
Scheffler
the assault is from him trying to drive around.
With the officer on the car,
yeah. That's what they're going to say the assault is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because obviously Scottie Scheffler did not assault him.
No, but that's what they'll...
But he got pissed because he wasn't following the directions. Yeah. Okay, well, he should have. But can we get a grip here? Come on now.
No, not in 2024 America.
Once you realized what was going on, maybe the police officer needs to calm down. I know back the blue. I got it.
Yeah.
But
calm down.
Yeah, please.
You said it's a felony, Chris?
Yeah, I'm looking at the charges right now.
It's a felony?
He has a felony, 2 misdemeanor, and a violation charge.
That is ridiculous.
Wonder how he'll play today.
I wonder if he'll play today.
Well, I know it's been delayed. The PGA.
Yeah, they're waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I thought, no, his tee time is like 1:10.
But they delayed the start.
Oh,
did they?
Yeah, they delayed the start
because of the incident.
I don't know.
The bus crash, yeah. After because someone died in the.
Oh, really?
Oh, somebody died.
Yeah, someone died in the bus crash.
Okay, sorry, I got to get in.
Okay. Fisher. The body's still warm. Chill.
Well, that's probably what fired up the cop so much. He's dealing with a fatality crash, and somebody's driving around because they have to.
I got to get in.
Yeah, because according to this, the incident was a man was struck and killed by a shuttle bus.
Okay, well,
So
it wasn't
I can see
Jeff
where the cop
Darlington.
is like,
I mean, it wasn't Scheffler's car that hit him.
No, it was not Scottie Scheffler that hit him.
It's raining all over Kentucky. That might be the delay as well.
It is raining too.
So,
Yeah.
for what that's worth.
It's all right. I drove around the cone.
You shouldn't have.
No doubt.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. So we're sorry too, and that's why you're in jail right now.
And this is what happens when you ignore the cone.
That's right.
This is what happens. Yeah. Worse, you ignored the cop who was telling you about the cone, and that pissed him off.
You're the one that jumped out my car, bro. What are we doing?
But assault of the officer is ridiculous.
That's a little much. Yeah.
Come on now.
What does that mean? Attached himself to the car?
He probably grabbed on.
Yeah, grabbed on. Tried to stop him. Yeah, trying to tell him to stop the car.
Yep.
So I just wondered, do you want to revisit something that we've been talking about in overtime predominantly? I know you and I talked about it last week on the regular show, but there's been an interesting update with that South Carolina pastor whose wife committed suicide.
You will not let this go. She committed suicide.
I will not let this go. So the family thinks that there's something else going on here, and the dad was on a podcast just a couple days ago, and he had a theory. This does not anywhere explain the 911 call that the lady made, Micah Miller. But I want you to hear this dad's theory because there's some interesting loose ends here that still need to be tidied up.
So the theory would be that because she had multiple tracking devices put on her car previously, that she was followed out to the park or forced to go out to the park, and they either follow her out there or there's no reason for her to go out there. That's the main point as well. She's never been out there. We don't go up there. It's not a family spot. And she was off the trail enough into a park ranger only area that nobody knows about. And so the theory would be that she was either tracked, and then they said, well, we didn't find a tracking device. Well, they could have removed it at the park.
You just said there were multiple
when the car was at the
devices,
park,
though.
And then it was collected by the authorities. They didn't check for a tracker, which blew my mind. They said, oh, we have all the evidence and everything. We asked them, was there a tracker on her car? And they said, well, we didn't check. And we were flabbergasted. This happened over and over during that interview. Why didn't you check that? We know that there was 3 or 4 trackers put on her vehicles. Why wouldn't you check to see if she was followed? They said, oh, there's no cameras, but we know she wasn't followed. Her car is just out here. And I said, well, there's no trackers. They said no tracker. I said, well, they could have removed it after they did the deed. So then Micah's mother, Angelita, she said, pretend this is Micah's hand. And she asked me, grab this hand. And then she pulled it up, and said, it looks like someone squeezed her hand and raised it up and shot. And there are defensive wounds from it and such. And that's the general idea of our theory, that somebody crushed her hand to hold the gun up to her head while she's fighting. Either them or someone else held her other hand or her other arm back because there's bruising on it from squeezing. And they forced it to look like that was self-inflicted. And a couple of rounds went off during the scuffle. One ejected was live. And then it finally happened the way they would want it to happen. And then dumped her in the water, probably 40 meters away from where the shell casings in the gun was found. The water doesn't flow there. It's a slough. It's still. It just sinks. And it actually flows when it sinks, when it recesses, it goes the other direction from where she was found. So her body, even if it was put in the water right there, would not have flowed the direction where she was found. It would flow the other way. So it would be possible that the incident occurred right there, and the shell casings, and then the gun was dumped in the water right there, and then she was carried farther 40 meters back into a little bit more secluded area where she was found.
Weird, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, the police are saying there's no evidence.
Well, the FBI is now involved. I don't know why the FBI is inserting themselves into this if it was just a simple suicide.
He also wasn't there. He wasn't in the area.
Well,
we know where he was, and it was an hour away.
That was addressed that his truck was, but his windows apparently are tinted so dark you can't positively ID from that account.
And what about her 911 call?
That's where I'm hung up. What is the deal on the 911 call where she says, I want them to be able to find the body? That's weird.
I'm going to kill myself, and I want my family to know where I am.
Yeah.
That's what she was saying.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know if it adds up to murder, but...
Right. And then there's another video of the pastor laying in the grass, crying, being all weird. I mean, this guy is...
Like I said, we need Nancy Grace on the case.
Something is up here.
Nancy Grace on the case.
Well, they were estranged, right? Is that accurate? I thought that they were separated.
I think they had just
They didn't live together.
She just filed for divorce.
She filed for divorce.
I just think it's so weird.
I think he's involved with somebody else.
Well, he was texting the waitress, LOL. Yeah, there's a big update. This was after her death.
Oh, wow.
This is the stunning thing here.
Asking for naked pictures.
Before her death, she allegedly told her sister that if she was ever found dead in the exact manner that she was found in the park, her husband was responsible, according to an affidavit. Okay, but that could have been
it's intriguing.
That could have been her setting up the husband too.
So
who knows?
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe.
And she has a history of mental illness, so...
Yeah, weird.
But yeah,
it's all
and
weird.
he was posting nude pictures of her, right?
He did on Facebook, yeah.
Her husband?
And acting like he was her.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he was
catfishing. It's the weirdest freaking story ever. And he groomed her because she was a babysitter, and he left his second wife, or first wife for her.
All right, have a good weekend. See you Monday.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.